A black doctor took a bullet for a stranger. The next morning, he woke up to a life he never expected. What happened next will restore your faith in humanity and prove that sometimes heroes don't wear capes. They wear scrubs. By the end of this story, you'll understand why one split-second decision changed not just one life, but thousands. Asterisk, asterisk, Dr. Marcus Williams never imagined that stopping for gas at 11:47 p.m. would alter the trajectory of his entire existence. After pulling a grueling 16-hour shift at Chicago General Hospital, Marcus was exhausted. His scrubs were wrinkled, his eyes burned from fatigue, and all he wanted was to get home to his small apartment where instant ramen and Netflix awaited. As a resident in his second year, luxury wasn't in his vocabulary, just survival. The gas station on 5th Street wasn't in the best neighborhood, but it was the only one open, and his tank was running on fumes. As Marcus pumped gas into his decade-old Honda Civic, he noticed a well-dressed elderly white woman struggling with her purse at the next pump over. That's when he saw them. Three young men, hoods up, moving with predatory intent toward the woman. Marcus's heart rate spiked, not from fear, but from recognition. He'd seen this scenario play out too many times in the ER, treating victims of robberies gone wrong. "Ma'am," Marcus called softly, trying not to startle her. "Maybe you should get back in your car." The woman, later identified as Margaret Thornfield, looked up confused just as the first assailant grabbed for her designer handbag. "Give it up, lady," one of them snarled. What happened next lasted maybe 10 seconds, but those 10 seconds would replay in Marcus's mind forever. Margaret screamed. The lead attacker pulled out a gun. And without thinking, without calculating risk or consequences, Dr. Marcus Williams threw himself between an armed robber and a complete stranger. The gunshot cracked through the night air like thunder. Marcus felt the bullet tear through his shoulder, spinning him around as he crashed to the ground. Through the haze of pain and shock, he heard Margaret screaming, saw the attackers fleeing, and felt his own blood pooling beneath him on the cold concrete. "Call 911. He managed to gasp to Margaret, who was kneeling beside him, her expensive dress now stained with his blood. "Apply pressure to the wound. Don't let me bleed out here." Even as his own life was draining away, Dr. Marcus Williams was still trying to save lives. The next thing he remembered was waking up in a hospital bed, his shoulder wrapped in pristine white bandages, sunlight streaming through Venetian blinds. The sterile smell of antiseptic filled his nostrils, and the steady beep of monitors created a familiar rhythm he'd heard countless times, just never from this perspective. But something was different. This wasn't Chicago General's standard patient room. This was luxurious. Fresh flowers covered every surface. The bed was comfortable, not the standard hospital cots he knew. And sitting in an elegant chair beside his bed was Margaret Thornfield, impeccably dressed, with tears in her eyes. "You're awake," she said, her voice thick with emotion. "Ma'am, are you okay?" were Marcus's first words. Not about his own pain, not about his injury, about her well-being. Margaret's composure cracked. "Am I okay?" "Young man, you took a bullet for me. A complete stranger. Do you understand what you did?" Marcus tried to sit up, wincing. "I did what anyone would do." "No," Margaret said firmly. "You did what heroes do. And that's exactly why I've been sitting here for the past 18 hours, waiting for you to wake up." She pulled out a manila folder, her hands trembling slightly. "Dr. Williams, my name is Margaret Thornfield. I'm the CEO of Thornfield Medical Group, the largest private healthcare network in the Midwest. We own 47 hospitals, including this one." Marcus blinked, trying to process this information through his pain medication fog. "The doctors tell me you'll make a full recovery, but you'll need months of physical therapy. Your medical school loans total $247,000. Your rent is 3 months behind. You've been living on peanut butter sandwiches and hope." Marcus's cheeks flushed. How did she know about his financial struggles? Margaret's voice softened. "I know because I make it my business to know about people who risk their lives for strangers. Dr. Williams, you saved my life without knowing who I was or what I could offer you. You saw someone in danger and acted with pure, selfless courage." She opened the folder, revealing documents that made Marcus's head spin. "Your medical school debt. Paid. All of it." She slid one paper toward him. A full scholarship to complete your residency anywhere you choose, with a guaranteed position as an attending physician at any of our facilities. Another paper. A signing bonus of $500,000, because heroes shouldn't worry about rent. Marcus stared at the documents, his eyes wide with disbelief. I? I can't accept this. I just did what was right. And that, Margaret said, smiling through her tears, is exactly why you deserve it. But Margaret wasn't finished. Dr. Williams, I've established the Marcus Williams Foundation for Emergency Medical Training in Underserved Communities. You'll serve as the director, with a salary of $300,000 annually, training the next generation of doctors who understand that medicine isn't just about treating patients, it's about protecting people. Marcus felt tears streaming down his face. In less than 12 hours, he'd gone from a struggling resident to having the resources to change thousands of lives. There's one condition, Margaret added with a mischievous smile. Marcus's heart sank. Here it comes, he thought. You have to promise me that you'll never stop being exactly who you are. The man who throws himself in front of bullets for strangers. The doctor who asks about others before himself. The hero who doesn't even realize he's a hero. 6 months later, Dr. Marcus Williams walked into the first Marcus Williams Foundation training facility. His shoulder had healed perfectly, but his life was transformed beyond recognition. He was training dozens of medical students from disadvantaged backgrounds, giving them the opportunities he'd never dreamed of having. Margaret Thornfield attended the opening ceremony, watching with pride as the young man she'd met on the worst night of her life cut the ribbon on what would become a nation-wide network of medical training centers. Any regrets about that night? She asked him quietly during the reception. Marcus looked around at the faces of young, hopeful medical students, kids from neighborhoods like the one where he'd grown up, now with the chance to become doctors, to save lives, to be heroes themselves. Not a single one, he said. Sometimes the worst moments of our lives are actually the doorway to our greatest purpose. Margaret smiled. You know, Marcus, I never properly thanked you. Ma'am, I think you've thanked me enough. Marcus laughed, gesturing at the beautiful facility around them. No, she said seriously. Thank you for showing an old woman that heroes are real, that goodness still exists, and that sometimes the people who have the least are willing to give the most. As Marcus watched his first class of students begin their training, he realized that taking a bullet for a stranger hadn't just saved Margaret's life, it had revealed his own destiny. Sometimes the most dangerous moments become our most defining ones. And sometimes, just sometimes, the universe rewards those who choose love over fear, courage over safety, and others over themselves. Dr. Marcus Williams learned that heroes don't always wear capes. Sometimes they wear scrubs, carry stethoscopes, and prove that kindness is the most powerful force on earth. Alert, with ribbon if this story moved you, you're witnessing something extraordinary. This isn't just about one doctor's heroism, it's about the ripple effect of choosing courage in crucial moments. Asterisk, asterisk, bell subscribe if you believe that ordinary people doing extraordinary things deserve to be celebrated. Hit that notification bell because next week, I'm sharing the incredible story of a homeless veteran who saved a family from a burning building and how that single act of bravery changed an entire community. Asterisk, asterisk, thought balloon, tell me in the comments. When did you witness or hear about someone choosing courage over safety? Your story could inspire someone else to be brave when it matters most. Asterisk, asterisk, the Marcus Williams Foundation is real, and it's training hundreds of doctors in underserved communities. Sometimes fiction becomes reality when we dare to believe that heroes walk among us.